And now, a show that boldly goes where no show has gone before. The Week in Geek, with your hosts, David DeCorbier and Brian Held. Here to cover the hottest trends and topics in science fiction news and events, with movie, book, and game reviews, cosplay, comic book, and convention commentary, interviews with authors, media guests, and local fandom. So raise your nerd flag high and prepare to be assimilated. This is The Week in Geek. And now, here's your hosts, David DeCorbier and Brian Held.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is The Week in Geek. I'm your host, David DeCorbier, with
Brian Held.
And Brian, how are you?
I'm freaking outstanding, dude.
So, all right, we got a great show for you guys. We have Rockabilly Road Trip here with us today, and we're going to be talking about
they've got a huge project coming up: comic book, car, shows, movie.
And some hot chick I saw on the Facebook page,
yeah,
like casting a movie or something. Mm-hmm. So I got totally derailed after that.
Yeah,
I think something's going on with that. So when we get, we're gonna lay out the rest of the show. We have, as always, Scungy's pick of the week, a little bit of top nerd news, and also we close the show as always with This Week in Geek History. Now, as always, I strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Give it a like, share it to all your friends, even your enemies. And then follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and check out our website, twigradio.com. Now, Brian, how can people hear this stupendous, marvelous, amazing show?
Well, there's a couple of ways. One, you can go to Wgso.com. You can listen to us live there. And if you click in the top left under podcast, just scroll down to Week in Geek, you'll find all of our archives. But you can also download the TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone or tablet. Just go to TuneIn Radio, listen to us live, or catch the archives there as well.
All right, so before we really get into it, what?
So look, man, I just want to say once again, thanks to James, our admin on the Facebook page. He's always doing a good job. And man, the Facebook page is hopping, man. There's always great articles and stuff. So you guys out there, do us a favor, share the page out, right? We need more likes, we need more reach for our page. So
that we do.
Yeah.
So all right, now I guess, without much further ado, I guess we're going to get to our boy Scungy and his Pick of the Week.
Scungy's Pick of the Week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Scungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Find them on the web at witsinn.com. Scungy's Pick of the Week.
I love lamp.
Scungy, what's shaking bacon?
What is going on today, gentlemen?
Can you hear me, Scungy? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hello? Yeah, we want to apologize to everyone about the snafu we had last week, but we've got it all worked out. We took some penicillin, and everything is great. So, all right.
Okay.
So, real quick, Scungy, last week's show was an abysmal thing, but Toy Soldier, what was it, Treasure? What the hell was the thing you were trying to tell us about last week?
Toy Soldier's War Chest.
That's it. So
it's cheap. It's $30, and you get to play the game that you always wanted to play as kids. Who's going to win in a fight between G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe?
Yeah.
So now for what are the price ranges? Because that's what I was really trying to get you to answer last week. Because what if I just want G.I. Joe? I don't care about all the other things. I just want G.I. Joe.
Well, G.I. Joe is an extra in the Hall of Fame edition.
So I have to pay extra for that?
Well, it's like I said, it's $30. It's $30 for the game, for the Hall of Fame edition. If you get just the basic, I think it's $20.
Okay, so
that comes with 4 armies.
All right, so I just want to spend the $30 and get all the armies, the 4 basic armies that come with it, and the bonus packs.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Okay. All right, so what?
You need the Pretty Pony Princesses in there. It's in the base.
You do, man.
Yeah.
It's got unicorns.
Super. All right, so what do you have for us this week?
This week, little charming little game called Project Spark. It's something that came out a while ago on the Xbox One, and it kind of got lost in the shuffle. But I picked it up recently and started playing around with it, and it's really cool. It's basically create your own game module. A lot of developers are starting to make games where they put the development tool in the game. So they'll have a community of people who step forward and take the tools and make their own games out of the tools in this game. So with Project Spark, very similar to games like Little Big Planet, they had this mechanic where you can build your own games. So some people make puzzle games. Some people make platform games. A lot of people have made a Legend of Zelda homage in the game, but it's really cool. And the best part, it's absolutely free.
Wait, say that again? The low price of free?
Yes, the low price of free. Now, there is a caveat with that, as a lot of these games.
Okay, what?
It's free to play, and you can play content made by other people. That's absolutely free. But there's premium content, like premium stories, that you may have to pay for, or at least unlock through playing, kind of like a lot of mobile games.
So it's like a microtransaction model?
It's a microtransaction model, yes. But the amount of stuff that you can do in it it's astounding. You can take an enemy, like you would in a regular platformer game. You take an enemy, and you, basically open up its brain, and you can get down to the nitty program the enemy to do every little thing. What it does when it sees an enemy, what it does when it stands still, everything. You can program down to those little minute details.
So this is kind of like RPG Maker all grown up, that old game for the PlayStation, like PlayStation 1?
Yes, but instead of doing necessarily RPGs, it's more of an action-adventure model.
That's cool.
Wow. All right, so what platforms is it available on?
It's available only on Xbox One.
Yeah! Suck it, Brian!
It's only on Xbox One. It is free to download, but there are extra stuff that you can buy. You can buy the entire starter set, which comes with all of the extra missions and whatnot, and the Conker's extended mission for $40.
You know, Dave, it's nice to see that the Xbox One is finally starting to catch up to the PC.
Shut your dirty PC mouth. Xbox One. I'm just glad I actually finally broke down and traded in my son's Xbox to get myself an Xbox One.
And there's so much more coming with the Xbox One. So many indie developers are making really cool games for it. I'm more excited about a lot of the indie games coming out than some of the big studio games.
Well, yeah, we're looking at a drought, huh? You're gonna have to start digging through the archives to do a pick of the week coming up, huh?
Well, not until mid-September. Once mid-September hits, then it picks up, and then October and November, there will be too many games for me to even. I will physically not be able to try them all out.
November 10th is all that matters.
Well, yes, of course.
Fallout 4, yes. I just can't get past that you traded your son's Xbox in for an Xbox One. I just picture him crying in his room.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was like, son, you don't need this. Daddy needs an Xbox One. Cry yourself to sleep in your huge pillow. Head, pants, new.
His whole head has got a whole planetary system.
It's like Sputnik. It's round and pointy in parts. All right, Scungy. Well, thank you, and we will speak again with you next week.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Later, brah. All right, so, Brian, tell us what's coming up in the next segment.
Well, we have an exciting interview with the guys from Rockabilly Road Trip. Preston, come on real quick. Hey. RockabillyRoadTrip.com, is that the address?
Yeah.
Rockabilly Road Trip. Yeah, we put it on the Facebook page. Go to Facebook.com/The Week in Geek, and
right.
There's a link.
And if you want to start kind of, getting a little primer on what we're going to be talking about, you can check that web address out. Right after the break, we're going to come back. There's a lot of exciting things with the Rockabilly Road Trip, comic book, car, movie, all kind of crazy stuff. So that's up next.
All right, so stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. have a shot on Edward's barber chair, or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week, and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh. Come to New Orleans' friendly local gaming shop, Gopher Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Games like Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at gophergamesnola.com. That's G-O, the number 4, gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Gopher Games, a hangout for gamers by gamers.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds. In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Hey guys, this is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you're listening to the Weekend Geek, WGSO 990 AM.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Weekend Geek on WGSO 990 AM. This is Brian Held with
David Corbier, king of the wild frontier.
Only sometimes.
All right, so what are we doing?
Well, hey, we have an exciting interview. We have in studio with us Preston Acevedo, Chris Gamel, and on the phone we have Jesse Robluski. Did I get that right, Jesse?
Sure.
Sure. We'll go with that.
All right, and we're talking about Rockabilly Road Trip. So, Preston, we'll start with you. What is Rockabilly Road Trip?
It's a cross-country love story.
Okay.
Between a guy, his rod, and his homemade old lady.
A homemade old lady.
That sounds kind of disturbing.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It's got a lot of horror involved in it, stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Patches, who you referred to, is his girlfriend, right? It's very Bride of Frankenstein kind of feel.
I'm a huge Frankenstein fan.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, we incorporated her into it.
All right. So Rockabilly Road Trip has started out. It's a comic book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the? How'd you come up with that idea? What's going on with that?
You know what? Let me let Jesse explain it to you.
All right. Well, Jesse, tell us.
Well, thank you, my friend. Me and Preston, we've actually never met each other. We met online, and we're just kind of like two like-minded weirdos. And I was working on another project. Preston was helping me out. It's definitely out there. It's about killer puppets. And I just want to create like out of the norm, out of the stuff that's completely out of right field but entertaining. So we put our two minds together and we came up with this comic book, and it's it's an indie thing. It's a labor of love. So it's been a little slow going, but we picked up a bunch of fans along the way. And basically, it's got that, you're right, it's got that Bride of Frankenstein feel. It's got, a little bit of a rockabilly. You don't really have to be into that music scene to enjoy it. But, with some of Preston's drawings, they kind of had that rockabilly feel. When you hear that word, you think about, like, Rat Fink and, all that cool tiki kind of motif.
Oh, yeah.
There's never been like a real story to kind of put, where did Rat Fink come from, and all this type of stuff. So I kind of came up with a story about this guy who's like a master builder. He'll build anything. That's kind of like his superpower. Even though he's like a skinny little dude, he can he can make anything and kind of use it to overcome whatever's challenging him in each issue. And the first thing, he builds this awesome car. It's perfect. He tweaks it out. He gets bored because he finished his awesome project. So he decides he's going to make a passenger dummy, which turns out to be Patches, this hot rockabilly pinup girl. And you'll have to read the comic, but she comes to life somehow. And he has to teach her, how to speak and, teach her about the world. So he figures what better way than to go on a cross-country road trip in his new car with his new bride. And kind of show the world, and in typical road trip fashion, they get into all types of trouble, car trouble. The first issue is in Texas, so there's some chainsaw related issues, and moving on, there's vampires and zombies and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So if you're into Hollywood remakes, probably not for you, but if you like something completely original, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah. So Jesse, you're the writer. Preston, you're the artist. Chris Gable, where do you fit into the picture? What are you doing?
Well, back in 2007, I believe it was, me and Preston, we've built a few award-winning cars. It's been featured on TV, won some top awards. And he came to me wanting to build the Devil's Driver, which is like a 1923 C-Cab T-Bucket. And I actually had one at the shop, so we used it in the trailer that you can see online. If you go to y'all's website, I believe there's a link to it.
Yeah, rockabilly.com.
And
rockabillyroadtrip.com.
Yeah. And we did they did a trailer for it. And since then, since it's probably been 6-7 years, however long it's went by, the car's been built and sold. It was actually turned into a Saints T-Bucket that's been featured around here in New Orleans. People have seen it's been on TV before, but the car was eventually built and moved on to other places. So now we have to come up with a new car because the project's starting to gain ground. Me and Jesse and Preston have been collaborating. We getting a game plan together, and we're ready to move forward with it.
So that sounds incredible, right? You've got this car that's on the pages of this comic book, and now you're going to bring it to life as an actual car.
Well, we're gonna build the car. And we're actually going to do a YouTube channel, and we're going to bring the car out. It's going to be out. People can see it and actually touch it, see, and kind of get the feel. We have a 30-foot car hauler that's going to be tricked out with Rockabilly Road Trip. We got the Transformer truck that's going to be pulling it, so it's comic book all the way, So.
Oh, yeah. So now there's also some like movie related type stuff that y'all are talking about. So Jesse, are you writing for that now?
Yeah, I guess I'm designated writer and director. I have some film experience. So we're trying to take the first issue, turn it into like a 22-minute, if you want to call it a pilot for a TV show or, an ongoing series. We're basically going to, take all the crazy stuff in the comic, try to turn it into something you've never seen before on the screen. In true kind of guerrilla filmmaking fashion, when we were putting together the original trailer, I was like, we need a bombshell for Patches. Who can we get? So I just kind of I went out, I found the perfect girl, but I didn't have the courage to speak to her, so I just kind of stole the picture and used it in the trailer.
Uh-oh.
And a few months later, I get an email, and I'm like, oh boy, here comes the copyright claim. And she's like, I am totally in. I dig what you guys are doing. I want to be Patches, and we kind of started talking from there. So, I mean, we have all the pieces of the puzzle ready to rock. We just need, some fans and some funding, and this thing will pull together real quick. So
now, we talked earlier about a Kickstarter, right? So, Preston, what's the how's this working, the Kickstarter? Preston.
The Kickstarter.
You want me to take this one first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesse, go.
Okay. So, real quick, Kickstarter, we actually, we did a very small campaign way back when Kickstarter started, and we were kind of early adopters, so we didn't know what we were doing, and nobody really knew what the hell Kickstarter was. So, we're basically putting together a brand new campaign. You can see the original, trailer and Kickstarter, pitch, on the website. But it's going to be completely all new, and we're going to try to raise funds to finish this car, bring it to life, and get a little funding for the film, just to get everybody in one place. We already own, all the equipment as far as, high quality cameras, and I'm kind of a special effects guy myself. So we really do have a lot of the pieces. Just need a little help getting over the top, and obviously we'll put that on our website the second it's ready. It should be done this week. And hopefully some of the fans of This Week in Geek can help us out.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If you look at the comic book, the car isn't your typical just tea bucket.
Right.
It's kind of has its own character to it because it has a face on it. Is big motor, and I think the whole aspect of actually building the car is to show people when we bring it places, say to Comic Cons, because we'd like to bring it to the Comic Cons. We like to bring it to the Rat Rod car shows, because the Rat Rod scene, they do a lot of fundraising for special charities and stuff. So we're looking to bring it out and show people. So the car actually will come to life, and people can hear it, feel it, see it, and move on.
Real quick, because we're about to hit the top of the hour break. Explain real quick what a tea bucket is, since we're on radio. I mean, just give us a real quick overview, because we only got like 20 seconds.
It's a car with no hood, no fenders. It's just a big, huge motor.
Is that the one that's got like basically like a seat in the back and a steering column?
Yeah, it's just surrounded like a little bucket.
Yeah,
tea bucket. So it kind of looks like a tea with the big tires in the back.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I wanted to get the visual in my head. So, Yeah. All right, well, guys, look, stay tuned. We're going to continue this conversation when we come back from this break. This is rockabillyroadtrip.com to find out more. There's a whole bunch of information there. And when we get back, we're going to, continue this and wrap it up and then move on to Top Nerd News and This Week in Geek History.
Yep.
So, stay tuned. This is The Week in Geek. I'm your host, David DeCorbier with
Brian Held.
And stay tuned. This is WGSO 990 AM. Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week, and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh. Come to New Orleans' friendly local gaming shop, Gopher Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Games like Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at gophergamesnola.com. That's G-O, 4, gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Gopher Games, a hangout for gamers by gamers.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Radio News, I'm Kay Long. It's politics, corn dogs, and pork chops on a stick at the Iowa State Fair. GOP presidential frontrunner Donald Trump offering free rides to kids on his private helicopter, while Democratic candidates Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton also putting in appearances. Republican Rick Santorum and Democrat Lincoln Chafee also among the speakers at the fair. At a campaign stop in New Hampshire, the GOP presidential frontrunner blasting Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. The Blaze Radio's Tom Peace.
Now, Rand Paul, you have to understand, is a disaster in the polls. He's a disaster on military and defense. He's getting decimated by everybody.
Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump speaking to reporters in New Hampshire. Rand Paul continues attacking the GOP frontrunner as part of a strategy to energize his campaign.
He is doing so badly that he figured he has to go out and attack Trump because I'm leading by a lot everywhere.
Trump says Paul is never going to make it.
Can't make it. Got the wrong message. This is not a time to be weak on defense. Okay? And I'm the opposite. I want to make our military so strong, so powerful, so great that nobody's going to mess with us.
That's the Blaze Radio's Tom Peace reporting. China's leaders warning people to evacuate due to fears that toxins from big explosions at a chemical warehouse could spread. The Blaze Radio's Brad James.
Cops in China are now confirming that potentially deadly sodium cyanide has been detected at the warehouse site that was rocked by huge explosions. 85 people killed in those explosions, 700 injured, and thousands are homeless. State news media says everyone within about 2 miles of the warehouse have been evacuated. Brad James, The Blaze News.
Computer problems causing flight delays in the Washington, D.C. area. Technical issues at an FAA center blamed for the delays at Baltimore, Washington, Dulles International, and Reagan National airports. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh.
Hello, this is Seb Aurelios from Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. Stay tuned. Otherwise, I'm going to bash you like I bash those bucketheads.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. This is Brian Held with
Darth Vader.
You're so ridiculous. So, hey, we've got the guys with Rockabilly Road Trip with us, Preston, Chris, and Jesse, and we're continuing our discussion. So, one of the things I wanted to touch on real quick, Preston, you're a very accomplished artist. You mentioned something about Stan Lee. You want to talk about that real quick?
The Stan Lee Foundation. Yeah, I'm going to be featured on their website. I'm going to be the Artist of the Week between the 14th and the 20th of September.
Okay.
And it should be interesting. I'm not going to go into the store to buy you on it, but if you want to check it out, just look up Stanley Foundation on Facebook, and it should be on there.
Cool. Well, and I'm just
so modest.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
whatever.
Well, and I'm just trying to make sure that we emphasize how good of an artist you are, and you can see that on the pages of Rockabilly Road Trip. Yeah.
His stick figures are the best, man. They're
I
the
can
bomb.
draw a stick figure like you wouldn't believe.
So, Chris, now you said we were talking during the break. You're going to be working on the car, the Devil Driver, right?
Yes.
All right. So, you want to talk about real quick, like where you're at with that process, or
Well, we got the motor. We have a lot of parts already put together. And the main thing is trying to find a good cab and a good frame.
Okay.
Of course, we're trying to stay away from fiberglass stuff. I'd like to stay as original as possible. To give it that that throwback look, and not a modernized thing, because of course the car was built in a garage. Which we want to kind of keep it that way.
So it's going to have a kind of a used look to it, kind of a little rusty.
It's going to be a basic rat ride. It's going to be a rat ride with a Rockabilly Road Trip attitude. So
no, that's great.
It'll definitely stand out on its own.
Yeah, to everybody listening out there, go to rockabillyroadtrip.com to see the pictures, because that kind of really brings our conversation to life.
Yeah.
When you talking about it, but you got to visualize it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds really cool, because we were talking during the break about how they're going to do a rust paint job where they want it to kind of look with that used feel, right? But you don't want a literal rust bucket rolling
Right.
into a con. You want it to look kick A.
Oh yeah, definitely.
See, I didn't say ass.
So Jesse, if you could kind of recap for me, what we can expect in the next week or so, where folks can find out all the information and that good stuff.
Yeah, so the best thing, if anyone out there is interested, just keep tuned to our website, rockabillyroadtrip.com. I'm also currently managing our Facebook page, so giving shout-outs to This Week in Geek and all my new friends. So if you have any questions or you want to help out, you could reach out. I'll personally get back to you. And coming up, we're just going to have a cool, hopefully Kickstarter campaign pitch trailer, followed by building this car with a little mini documentary to go with that, and then kind of all out throw the gauntlet down geek horror little mini movie coming out.
Yeah, we are going to video the building of the car.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Because one of the things is that Preston, he's not going to tell you, so I'll tell you. When it comes to artwork, he's really good at. He can put stuff together, because we're actually going to build the face out of cardboard, and he's going to paper mache it, and then I'm going to take it and actually turn it into raw metal.
Wow.
So there's going to be a process of actually building the car where the car is actually going to be built out of paper and cardboard, and then converted to actual building out of metal.
That'd be an awesome documentary to see. I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Preston done quite
something for everybody.
Yeah.
You got something for the car guys. You got something for the horror comic guys. If you like beautiful ladies, you can check out Kitty Doll LeBlanc. I'll put a link on our Facebook page, which she is very easy on the eyes.
Cool. Well, man, y'all sound like such a powerhouse of talent, man. I can't see this going wrong. I'm excited. I'm ready.
As long as the funding comes through on the Kickstarter, we should. We funded a lot of this ourselves already.
Right.
So you kind of get to a point where you can only do so much without getting others involved.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, it's good to know that you're not starting from scratch, right? That
no, this has been going on many years. It's not a project that was thought up last week.
All right, well, we just need the fans to help us get that little push to get to the end. So,
all right, guys. Well, look, thank you so much for coming in studio, Jesse. Thanks so much for calling in, and we're gonna get on this and help spread the word for you guys.
Thanks so much, everybody.
All right,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cool.
All right, so we got to do some top nerd news, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, so without much further ado, let's do some top nerd news.
Now, our top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by Media Underground Comics. Find them on the World Wide Web at MediaUndergroundComics.com. And now, your top nerd news stories.
All right, so leading us off is the Tom Baker rumor.
I know.
And apparently it's not much of a... Well, I'd say it's not a rumor because it claims that it comes from Tom Baker's mouth.
Right.
But I think that... I don't know what's a rumor and what's not. But Tom Baker says that he will join the cast of Star Wars to voice a character that is as to be yet named. And we don't know if it's actually going to be in the movies or if it's maybe one of the cartoons on Disney XD or something like that.
But yeah, Whovians of the world went crazy.
They went bananas, dude. I mean, the post on our Facebook page took on a life of its own. I mean, I think our reach was something like 4,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody's sharing it. Oh my God, Tom Baker!
Well, hopefully it's better than that Druid appearance in the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh God. Moving on. All right. So Constantine. All the people, that got so PO'd about it getting canceled on NBC. Well, if you need a Constantine fix, tune into Arrow this season. It starts up in October 7th, I believe. And Matt Ryan, the man who played Constantine on NBC's show, he's going to reprise his role as Constantine in the DC universe of Arrow.
Yeah.
And is actually going to be his character, because, I mean, it was technically a DC property. But, nobody ever knew if he was going to be, be involved with mysticism with the Arrow. Yeah. But the Arrow, I mean, Brian, I know you hate DC.
I do.
But, I mean, look, The Flash and Arrow, they're really great TV shows. And they hinted around with the mysticism because of the Lazarus Pit, which is how, Ra's al Ghul gets all his powers and, stays young.
And
forever young.
I heard some of the guys actually at the game shop talking about Joker apparently has access to a Lazarus Pit or something. That's how he always sticks around.
Nobody really knows. That's probably one of the best parts about the Joker. I think if they ever wrote a true, literal origin story of the actual Joker, people would just be let down.
Probably.
So I mean, just that not knowing is the best part. So, so Constantine is I think the episode's going to be called The Haunted. It's like the 4th or 5th episode, and Arrow starts up on, in October 7th on the CW. All right, now Brian, this one is for you. You heard about it?
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, no, I'm because I'm on all these different Chewbacca's pages. But yeah, Chewbacca's has been working for a while to bring a Burning Man style mini festival to New Orleans.
They're going to burn the place down, huh? And, I think it's ironic that the site they chose is the old McFrugal's warehouse that burnt down itself. So I guess they figure they can't do much more damage.
Exactly, yeah. And, yeah, there's going to be a huge effigy of Chewbacca's.
Effigy.
Yes, that they're going to burn, and it's going to be kind of a camp-out style type deal. And, yeah.
So a bunch of dirty hippies burning stuff?
No, look, there's...
The patchouli reek I'll be able to smell all the way in Metairie?
No. But, yeah, no, it should be really cool, and you don't have to go all the way to, Nevada, Arizona?
Yeah, or Colorado, or I don't know.
I think it's Nevada.
Wherever those hippies live. But it's going to take place here. I hate hippies. No, I just hate everybody.
I'm just thinking about the Kickstarter whatever project that came up to build a wall around San Francisco so that when all the folks go to Burning Man, they won't be able to come back.
Good Lord, it's already time to take a break? Summon a biscuit.
All right.
All right, so for more information about the event, it's ignitionfestival.com. Ignitionfestival.com. Tickets start at $126 until September 5th. Until September 15th for advanced ticket prices. After that, it's $150 for the 3-day or $50 a day. So it's October 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Yeah, should be very interesting.
At the old McFrugal's. So you'll be able to see the burning Chewbacca all the way from the high rise, I would guess. So, all All right, when we come back, we're going to wrap up Top Nerd News and then This Week in Geek History, a fan favorite.
I know.
All right, so stay tuned. This is The Week in Geek. I'm your host, David DeCorbier with
Brian Held.
This is WGSO 990 AM.
Come to New Orleans' friendly local gaming shop, Gopher Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Games like Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at gophergamesnola.com. That's G-O, the number 4, gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Gopher Games, a hangout for gamers by gamers.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds. In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. You're listening to The Week in Geek, WGSO 990 AM.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek. I'm your host, David DeCorbier, with
Brian Held.
And we have a special caller on the line. I believe it's Darth Vader. Hello, Darth.
Who is this?
I don't know. I think Darth Vader's touching himself. I'm not sure what's going on here. So, hey, Darth Vader, what you got going on, buddy? I think Darth Vader's drunk.
We got a whole lot of stuff to go.
Yeah, we do. All right, Darth. Well, look, thanks for calling, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow, all right?
I ain't the weekend geek.
Oh, dear Lord, have mercy. All right, so we got to do This Week in Geek History, huh?
Yeah, do you want to finish up Top Nerd News real fast?
Yeah, real quick. What was the last two things?
Architects crowdfund a £1.85 billion Minas Tirith in England. They're wanting to...
Well, you know what? When I'm wrong, I am wrong. Yeah. You know, because our Facebook moderator, Mr. Brandon Black, a.k.a. James Butler. He put on there this big blurb about how I want to crowdfund a bunch of orcs to burn the damn thing down. And I was just like, no, I don't know if I like that. I kind of like Minas Tirith. And sure enough, the next day, somebody crowdfunds and wants to burn down Minas Tirith.
Oh, and what was cool is like, hey, for 10,000 pounds, you can be an orc commander. And, right. You don't need any training because they just, take to shouting. And for 100,000 pounds, you can ride your own friggin',
Nazgul.
Right,
yeah. Man. All right. Now, I guess one more thing before we do this week in Geek History. The Hateful Eight, new Tarantino film, looks pretty good. It kind of looks like the Usual Suspects in a Western,
Yeah.
But also, finally...
Look, I don't care. It's new. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, it's not a reboot. It's not an effing reboot, man. Right. All right, so Book of the Month only at Tubby and Coos.
For a discount.
For a discount. Robert Heinlein's Starship Troopers.
Love that book.
It is a Brian Held must-read event.
Yes.
So, and also, NOLAShops.com. Go look at our ugly mugs, top left corner, NOLAShops.com. Yeah. Good Lord. We got to thank all our special sponsors like the Vaping Tiger, Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen, Spirits on Bourbon, Tubby and Coos, and a bunch of others that I'm actually, Go for Games.
Go for Games.
All these great people. So, all right, without much further ado, let's do This Week in Geek History.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Check them out at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, the nerd mecca. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
I always feel like we should have like some music come on after that. Okay. What's first off?
First thing on the list is August 10th, 1846. The Smithsonian Institution, an educational and research institute and associated museum complex, is established.
You had to read all that out. You could have just said the Smithsonian. I think everybody knows what the hell the Smithsonian is.
Look, I'm just reading the blurb, Dave.
Don't read the blurb. Be the blurb. You have to just make the words come alive. So anyway, the Smithsonian opened? What year was that?
1846.
Jesus, it's that old?
It is
the
that
museum
old.
Itself is a museum.
Oh,
Jesus. It's old. What's next?
What's next? August 11th, 1962. Spider-Man makes his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, Spidey. Amazing Fantasy, that's what it was?
Yeah.
For some reason, I always thought it was Amazing Stories.
No, Amazing Fantasy.
Dude, you remember that old TV show, Amazing Stories? Wasn't it Amazing Stories?
It was Amazing Stories, yeah.
I remember one of the first ones was like that B-52 bomber, and the dude, he was stuck in the bubble turret, and he was going to die, but he drew a wheel, like a cartoon wheel.
Okay.
And then the wheel became kind of like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit-esque, and a cartoon wheel appeared on front of the B-52 bomber, and it landed.
Did that have anything to do with the Henson studio?
I think so. Yeah. It was Spielberg, I thought, or something.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Somebody look that up.
Okay. Next thing on the list is August 13th, 1976. Sequel to 1973's Westworld. It's Future World with Peter Fonda and Yul Brynner.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about Jane Fonda? No, Jane Fonda?
No, but actually I had a buddy of mine, I'm thinking it was Future World. He said the house that was featured in the movie in Houston was just recently sold. And he showed me the listing and everything.
Oh, no,
yeah, it's kind of crazy. You could have bought that house.
No, damn. All right, so what's up?
Next thing on the list, I know a lot of folks I've seen on Facebook are pretty excited about it. August 14th, 1975. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is released.
Oh, man. You know what? It just was... I was going to retweet or something about the Rocky Horror Picture Show is being re-released for its anniversary. And I couldn't remember if it was constipation or anticipation that I had. I couldn't remember which one it was, and I didn't know how many people would get the joke if I went constipation.
Yeah.
You know, it's a crappy joke.
Well, and I think a bunch of people are going to be doing the time warp again tonight. Yeah, no,
You're ignoring me, Brian. Don't ignore me.
I'm used to ignoring you, Dave.
The time warp. Who's doing the time warp?
A bunch of aren't they doing a showing tonight?
Again?
Yeah, something here. I don't know.
I don't know where Rocky is playing now. I was playing at the Britannia for. I don't know.
It's all good.
Okay, we need to find out.
Next item on the list: August 15th, 1984. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the 8th Dimension is released.
That was good. That was a good movie.
I love that movie, man.
You know what? I always kind of would get Buckaroo Banzai and, never mind. I just totally brain farted. All right, what's next?
And wasn't the guy in Buckaroo Banzai the same guy who played the original RoboCop?
Peter
Weller?
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yeah. He was. The original. Did you ever see the reboot of RoboCop?
I did.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, it had its moments, but it just RoboCop. You know, I'd buy that for $1, and then just gratuitous blood and gunshots. But you know, you can't have that nowadays.
Yeah, well,
sensitive people.
Yeah.
Get over it.
All right. I got some birthdays.
You do?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was all All right. So August 10th, Claudia Christensen from Babylon 5's.
Yeah. Who doesn't remember her?
I know. I hear she's pretty crazy at cons.
I don't know. I never met her. Who was the girl that was? She was another Bab 5 person who was always at the con scene. She was nuts too.
I can't remember.
I know, dude. We're old. All right.
Yeah, we're getting there. August 11th, Chris Hemsworth.
Hey, that's the number one dude on my old lady's list of if she ever bumps into him and he says yes, I have to walk the other way and be like. Hey, you know, you got to have your list. It keeps the marriage fresh.
August 11th, Steve Wozniak.
What the hell's that?
He, like the guy who invented Apple computers, right? Like
Never heard of him.
You never heard of him?
No.
Look, actually, I read his autobiography.
Is he like Steve Jobs?
No, he's actually cool.
And is he alive?
He is still alive, yeah. So no, the I Was is his autobiography.
You know, it's so sad that the people who created this stuff are usually cast off to the wayside and forgotten about in the annals of history. You know, because the people that do all the flashy stuff are the ones that are remembered. Like people who do radio shows. Nobody remembers Marconi. He created the damn thing.
Yeah.
So what do you?
Apparently, you remember him.
Well, yeah.
All right.
I'm a nerd.
August 11th, Ian McDermott, right? The Emperor.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes. 8/14, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Storm.
Yeah. Dawn hates her in Storm. And Catwoman.
Yeah, Catwoman was a boring.
And your buddy, August 15th, is Batfleck.
Batfleck! Yeah! Good Lord, 20 seconds already?
Yeah, happy birthday to all those folks.
All right, so Brian, next week, where the hell are we?
We're in studio next week.
In studio. All right, awesome sauce. All right, guys, like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. You know the deals. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Come to New Orleans' friendly local gaming shop, Gopher Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Games like Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at gophergamesnola.com. That's G-O, 4, gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Gopher Games, a hangout for gamers by gamers.
In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
This is Michael Savage. Join me in the Savage Nation, weeknights 9 p.m. to midnight, right here on 990 AM WGSO in New Orleans. Give me 15 minutes and I'll give you the real America. Savage.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Kay Long. Flights delayed in the Washington and New York City areas due to technical issues at an FAA center in Virginia. The FAA saying it's investigating an automation problem at the center in Leesburg, Virginia. No plane problems for GOP frontrunner billionaire Donald Trump. Trump coming into Des Moines on his private jet, then choppering out to the Iowa State Fair for a day of campaigning. The Donald in his red Make America Great hat offering rides in the chopper to the kids in the crowd. Trump answering questions and pounding one of his opponents, Jeb Bush, just as soon as he lands.
Well, he made statements over the last couple of days that are incredible, trying to justify the war in Iraq can't be justified. And then he said skin in the game. I don't know if you saw his recent statement. He said the United States has to prove to Iraq that we have skin in the game. We've spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives lost, wounded warriors who I love all over the place. And he said we have to prove that we have skin in the game.
This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
Everyone is making the switch to the Blaze to make it their source for the truth. Why not make it your source for the truth? Make theblaze.com your homepage for news that the other outlets won't even touch. Subscribe to The Blaze TV at theblaze.com/TV or on Dish Network and get access to original programming like For the Record, the show that exposes what's really going on that the government doesn't want you to know. And Real News, the daily conversation on the topics of the day that matter most. Check out the Blaze Radio Network at theblaze.com/radio with original shows like Buck Sexton, The Morning Blaze with Doc Thompson, Pat and Stu, and Jay Severin. Or, if you need something to hold in your hands, subscribe to the Blaze magazine. So basically, anywhere you need to go, you can take the truth with you by taking the Blaze with you. This is the Blaze. Truth lives here. So just to recap, anywhere you need to go, you can take the truth with you by taking the Blaze with you. Find out all the ways at theblaze.com.
Many voters believe former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton not truthful about not having classified information on her private email server. The Blaze Radio's Brad James.
A Fox News poll out finds the majority of voters say Clinton knowingly lied when she announced in a March press conference that no emails on her private server contained classified information and that she put the United States at risk by mishandling top secrets. Clinton's private server is in the hands of federal investigators now. Democrats are more forgiving of Clinton, with 27% saying she lied and nearly one-third say her actions put the country in danger. Brad James, The Blaze News.
No release for a Gitmo detainee on a hunger strike. The Blaze Radio's Greg Moore.
A hunger striking Guantanamo Bay detainee will not be released over health concerns. An attorney for Tariq Ba-Oda had a legal request denied by the U.S. Justice Department. Ba-Oda has been on a hunger strike for 8